Good afternoon, everyone. Conjunction of Jupiter and Saturn coming up December 21st, 2020 in the solstice. A shifting of the ages not seen since 1226 AD in the Middle Ages. Moving signs in astrology from Earth into air. A once in a 700-year plus cycle. At the same time, this brings us into the true dawning of the age of Aquarius, the first minute in the first degree, moving through the precession of the equinoxes into a new sign, Aquarius, at the same time descending into the grand solar minimum, an overlapping of 3 cycles, the media coming out with super bolts detected above, lightning 100x more intense than what we see from the ground level. And maybe you'll understand that the Great Reset in the World Economic Forum is not because they care about us, but to set up the power structure in air so they still remain in power after the changes. As Americans seek economic protection after the most controversial election in U.S. history, year to date in 2020 alone, gold is up 30% and silver rising more than 50%. And now we're entering a new year facing economic realities of a global economic crisis caused by COVID and political reactions. Patriot Gold Group has the No Fee for Life IRA, where your IRA or 401k can be in physical gold or physical silver. And the knowledge that Patriot Gold Group is Consumer Affairs top-rated gold IRA dealer 5 years in a row from 2016 to present. To find more information, the link's in the description box below. And now on with the video. And if you're feeling a little bit energetically strange, things are unwinding around us, I can explain it the best of my ability in this video. Jupiter and Saturn are going to align. Conjunction. It happens every 20 years, which is a cycle in itself of 20 years. But in multiple cycles of those, they bring in the change of an age in the elements, a mutation from earth into air. Now, the last time the mutation or the change of the element took place was the Middle Ages. 1226 is where we need to go back to with the closeness of Jupiter and Saturn in this conjunction, along with the shift of an element. So rare is this that it would bring on a changing of an age on our Earth anyway. A denser medium being replaced by a lighter, faster medium. Cryptocurrency, decentralized economy, work from home. All these things are being forced upon us. We're not chosen to do this, but the power brokers across the planet, and if you look at Earth, it looks like a pyramid. It's a mountain. That was the traditional structure of control, top down. This will no longer function in these new energies we're moving into. Air, creativity, a different kind of power for the individual. And these elitists know they cannot retain power with the same structure, so they're forcing the change to create the new foundation for themselves to stay in power. The Great Reset. Do you think that all this is a coincidence that it's happening right now? You're being forced into this whether you want to or not. As I heard it put, millionaires, they don't look at astrology, but billionaires do. We're ending a uniting of the earth signs. We're moving in. The lightning bolts of Jupiter will not only bring about a destruction of old societal structures, but will impel us to release personal dreams and drama we've been attached to. Beginning of a new era. We will need to make space in our lives. Do you notice how they're trying to take away, remove things from our lives? Set up the foundation for the new things coming into our lives where these elitists will still try to retain power. And interestingly, super bolts are now in the news on the 24th here, just a few days back. Headlines about electrical activity 100x brighter than what we can see as normal lightning bolts. With the energetic changes sweeping across our solar system, the supercharged electrical connections back to the sun, front and center here. Why are they telling us about the super bolts? This is one bolt lasting nearly 7 seconds, covering hundreds of miles across the southeast U.S., but now there's thousands of these. 1 in every 300 lightning strikes is turning into this right now. What is it about the change in electroplasma around us, around our planet, discharging back to the sun as it steps down in its 400-year cycle as well? And another cycle lapping on top of this is the biggest one, the dawning of the age of Aquarius. We've heard this since what, 1960s? We heard it again in the year 2000, the age of Aquarius. But here it is, truly coming into the very first minute of the first degree out of the circle of 360 degrees, transiting through the precession of the equinoxes. We are literally changing the sign on the 21st. This is going to bring us into a new energetic frequency as well. This conjunction is the first minute of the first degree, taking us across the 26,000-year cycle through the heavens that the Mayans were so famous in referencing on how the energies would change across the planet. As the pole stars would also change through this 26,000-year cycle, and the grand solar minimum diving into its low cycle, all on top of this, the regular 20-year Jupiter-Saturn conjunction overlapping on the grand solar minimum 400-year cycle, on top of the change of the elements on a 700-year cycle, intertwined with a 2,120-year cycle, all happening, all beginning on the 21st of December 2020. This is a most important time for us as a human on this planet. The pro-human future is in front of us. The energies we can harness and use as a united human front and kick the darkness back and say, no, thank you. And in the cycle of energetic change, kick the darkness back for another 12,000 years. See you next time.